Friends, welcome back to the Messed Up Movies Podcast, the podcast celebrating movies and filmmakers that embrace the insane, the outrageous, the unhinged, the off-kilter. Sorry, I don't have enough to sacrifice. I almost choked to death doing our cool intro. I'm your host, Griffey, joined as always by Not Him Sam and Himzel Washington Heath. Welcome back to the show.
I'm more like the Himothy Oliphant.
Himothy Elephant, yeah. You kind of came in with a swagger today. I think Heath's embracing the him mentality.
Heath seems really cool today.
I'm himdometriosis.
Whoa!
Wow. Okay, I didn't come prepared for this Judd Apatow like yes-anding we were doing. So guys, we are here on New Movie Monday to talk about Him. I've got some details here. Directed by Justin Tipping, starring Marlon Wayans and no one else I recognize except for Tim Heidecker. Who's starting to pop up in a lot of Jordan Peele-produced projects.
And Jeff, whatever, right? Jeff, the Australian guy?
Oh, yeah, dude. Jim Jefferies.
Jim
Jefferies. He was great.
Surprisingly awesome in the movie.
He was good, yeah.
So we went and saw him. Before that, if you guys could go to the Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon page, that's the best way to support this podcast. That would mean the world to us. We have a ton of fun stuff coming in October. We do stocking stuffers in December. This is the best time to get in on the Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon page. Also, make sure you go to Misfit Parade's YouTube and subscribe there. Also, make sure you go to Indiegogo. Specifically type in Mr. Cream Jeans Hidey Hole because we've been shadow banned. You can still get the Join the Podcast perk. You can do a movie you want to talk about, or you can do one of our live film festival drafts with any of us, all four of us. You choose. You get to pick if you help us support Mr. Cream Jeans Hidey Hole, the feature film we are currently producing.
We should add some room here for some guests that come in to sign pictures and put them up.
Sign pictures of themselves. Yeah, like an old deli, right? Like you can get a sandwich if you come here. Yeah. We've got tons of room. We just need tons of money. Like everyone in the movie Him. So we went and saw this. My son was very excited about it. My son is a burgeoning young sports bro. He's obsessed with football. This was the movie he was most excited for. I don't
Question, though. Was this movie about football at all?
Oh, yeah, dude. I think it was about football as a microcosm for life, Sam.
Okay.
I'm not shocked that the lessons of Him were lost on Sam. I'm not shocked by that at
I'm
all.
shocked that there were lessons in him. So
You motherfucker. I haven't even started the cool scholarly intro.
I can't hold it back.
So, yes, we were at Him with my burgeoning, sports-loving son. He was the most excited about it. I don't think he was prepared for how wildly art house this movie was.
Yeah.
I think he was expecting Remember the Titans with murders. And this was much more Rosemary's Baby with football.
More like, man, I feel like there was a Wesley Snipes movie.
The Fan?
Oh, The Fan.
Maybe The Fan.
Yeah. With De Niro, right?
Yeah, or, man, what was the one with Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans.
Oh, The Last Boy Scout.
Yeah.
That movie was fucking great.
Yeah.
But again, Him is this horror movie. It's produced by Jordan Peele. It had this killer trailer, right? And so it's kind of hitting all of my son's, horror movie loving spots. So we were very excited about Him. I was shocked by the art house approach to this movie. The in-depth amount of constant barrage of surrealism that the movie exists in.
Mm-hmm.
Where at the end of the movie, you have to ask if anything happened in this whole movie. That I was unprepared for. A lot of my friends on Letterboxd, the word I heard the most was fumbled. That was kind of the cool review to say, is that Him fumbled the ball.
Term. Yeah.
I actually quite enjoyed this movie. I'm excited to watch this movie again. I thought we'd open up with your guys' opening opinions on the film. Sam, you seem like you got a lot to say.
Well, so I liked 3 things about this movie. The acting was good, especially Marlon Wayans. I thought he was really good.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was surprised how many people are shitting on Marlon Wayans as being like hammy.
Yeah.
I thought he was amazing in this movie.
Yeah, he was great. The second thing I liked was the set design was really cool.
So apparently that place is real.
I thought it might have been.
We talked about that.
I
after we
thought
saw
that
it.
looked like sets all day to me.
I figured it was some rich guy's
I
house.
think it's probably a composite, but I was listening to an interview with the editor, and that came up, and they were talking about complimenting the movie on the production design, and she was like, actually, that's a real facility in New Mexico.
We didn't have to do shit. There was already a Satanist.
Is there really
who
a field in the middle of it?
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
So it's really like a sports thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dude,
that really
That's
exists.
insane.
That's awesome. And the third thing
So does that count as something you like if they
I
just
think I
went
might
to a
have
guy's
forgot
house?
the third thing. So I liked the production
acting.
design, the acting. Oh my God, what was the third?
He
thing?
liked two things about the movie.
I like two things about
The
the
abs.
movie.
the abs.
Well,
Did you like the
all
abs?
of the dudes were, very attractive.
Yeah, very
He's
attractive
nice.
for sure.
Did
You like the football?
come back to me in a minute? I'll have my third one.
You know what I liked? I'll add a third. Did you like the sports science cutaways of the collisions where they
No.
went X-ray?
I didn't
liked
I didn't
the
like that at
X-ray
all.
vision. He saved
Yeah.
Sam. What were the three
boy.
things you liked about him?
I have to pick 3 now?
No, just tell me all the
Oh.
things you liked about him. Or what did you think at all? You were kind of lukewarm on this?
I'd say lukewarm is the right way to put it because I thought the opening was really great. It got us into the situation. It's a little kind of cardboardy and montagey. And it's like, okay, we're going to do a lot of stuff. So we have to lay this all out very quickly. And then we get to the facility and it seems to kind of waffle back and forth between an Under Armour commercial, a music video, and then like kind of like this Fight Club style movie that's breaking a lot of conventions. It's jumping around a lot. It has a charismatic leader, so to speak. It's bringing our protagonists deeper and deeper into the... We're getting a lot of movies like this, right? Like you don't quite know what's going on and you're down the rabbit hole with the main character. Blink Twice was like that. The Menu.
I think
There's
there's
another one,
something in
Opus.
our edging...
Opus was a lot like
right,
this.
edging on fascist world.
Well-
that this mysterious leader who has a bunch of sycophant followers that are destroying someone's reality is very appealing.
I say this a lot, but I also got a little bit of a Speak No Evil vibe. Because it's that
Yeah.
whole, forced politeness, or
Yes.
whatever it's called, where he's like, all this crazy shit is happening, and his reaction is just like, are you okay?
Right. Well, I think what I
He's
like...
trying, because it's his hero, basically.
Yes,
right?
what I like the most about it is I think it so captures this, and you don't get a lot of these horror movies, right? But it's the horror of greatness, the horror of the pursuit of perfection,
Never
right?
meet your heroes.
Yeah, the horror of greed, right? Like, it's Wall Street. It's the same kind of dynamic as that, is how much are you willing to give of yourself
You're right. It's a
to
lot
achieve
like
this
Wall
dream.
Street.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like that fear of making a mistake, of missing a pass, of not being drafted first, right? Of my mom and dad gave up everything so I could have this, right? My brother, who's a shitty barber, is trying to get money off me. My high school girlfriend, right? Like all these people
Everybody wants
that want
Well,
you to be
also,
great, and you're
though,
the only one who can do it.
You have a very credentialed like mentor
Yes.
character. So the same way Michael Douglas's character brings Charlie Sheen into the world,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and his methods might seem unsavory, but look, kid, this is what it takes to succeed.
I've won
Marlon
8 Super Bowls.
I've won
Yeah.
8, yeah,
And you have to
8
believe him,
championships. Yeah,
You kind of have to just trust him.
of course.
You're
Well,
forced
it's
to.
like, how would you meet, like, if we met Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I like to torture the shit out of Shelley Duvall. And we're like, we don't know if that's the best way. He's like, bitch, have you made The Shining? And you're like, well, he's got a fucking point there.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's hard. And again, it's don't meet your heroes horror. And it's having to look at this guy from the very first scene of the movie gets injured in a football game. And I loved when the dad turned his head and he's like,
Yeah.
watch. That's what a man does.
You
A
know
man
what-
sacrifices for
Creepy
what
shit.
they
It
they
just
love.
hit me. You know what other movie does this really well and much better? Whiplash.
Yes, Whiplash might be the best.
It's a better version of this
scary
movie.
story about what are you willing to do to be great, right? And in that one, they talk about friends, family, like the scene at the dinner where Miles Teller's like, "You guys don't fucking get it. I'm not one of you. Like, I'm on the pursuit of greatness. I'm gonna play jazz, which 25 people will know about ever, right? But it doesn't matter because he's going to be the best for a moment." And that I thought the overwhelming dread and the forced politeness is, I think, really exemplified in the sports world.
Yeah.
Where, like, we grew up in Indiana. When we were in Indiana, God was Bobby Knight.
Right.
And Bobby Knight used to fucking choke players and put reporters in trash cans and was, by all accounts, a very rough edges individual. But we loved him, and our
Everybody
dads
loved him.
fucking loved him.
Yeah.
We're like, that's what it takes to be great. And it didn't matter that he did all these things that, looking back, you're like, that's kind of wild that went on for as long as it did. But he won. He was great. He made us great. And so all of our dads really preached that to us, right? That's the cost.
It's easy to romanticize that when you're not the one in it.
Right.
Well, also when your team is winning, and then when they stopped winning, Bob Knight got fucking kicked
Then
out.
he's just an asshole at that point.
Yeah, now he's just an old asshole who doesn't win championships.
Which makes you think maybe he was an asshole the whole time?
Maybe, but again, I think a lot of people who are great, right? We excuse, like, I've been thinking about this a lot with the Tron Ares ad, which I've had to see 55 fucking times. And I was like, Jared Leto's a cult leader right now. Like, why is he still in movies? No one likes Jared Leto. No one sees Jared Leto and is like, fuck yeah, I want to go to that movie. But
No,
we exemplify.
that's not true. There's got to be.
No one fucking likes Jared Leto anymore.
There's got to be.
He's had so many bad, unsavory things come out, and then Morbius. That guy sucks,
So
and we all think he sucks, and he's a fucking cult leader right now. But he's an eccentric, great actor. Because he's great,
actor, yeah.
we excuse a lot of fucking nonsense and poppycock.
I mean, look at Roman Polanski, dude.
Exactly, dude. There are people who say we should let him back.
I know.
To come to get Lifetime Achievement Oscars. He raped a child.
Art is the great redemption.
It's not even art, but what it is if you're great in anything.
If you're great in anything.
Yeah.
People will excuse stuff because you're eccentric. This is the cost of being great. We can't understand great people because we're normal people.
And this is specifically playing off of the whole goat theme, where you have
Yes.
clear examples of this. You can see Marlon Wayans' character being crafted after, say, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
The Last Dance was just full of Michael Jordan being an asshole stories.
Exactly.
But he said that was the cost of making his teammates ready for
So
war.
here's the question I had then. So one of the big themes of this movie is sacrifice.
Yeah.
Now, how I originally thought of it was, what are you willing to like sacrificing your body? What are you willing to sacrifice? And by the end of the movie, I started to think that the sacrifice is everybody around you. You're sacrificing everybody else but you.
The sacrifice of your body is what's easiest for the
That's the
athletes
easiest,
normally.
yeah.
But like I think about I loved pro wrestling growing up. And you watch like Dark Side of the Ring now and these guys talk about
their lives are
no
over.
birthdays. Yep. I miss the birth of a child. I'm not at Christmas, right? Like when I'm not on the road, I'm not at home because I don't feel like they start thinking they're their character.
Right.
And becoming a normal person again is so hard. I think it's that in this movie with sports, it's more about can you withstand the suffering of the work it takes to be great? Yeah. Can you watch someone get their fucking face pulverized? Can you hurt another man and walk over his body to get to the goal line?
And not only just hurt him, but enjoy hurting him.
Exactly, and that's the thing. You have to not have that fear of
killer.
damaging everything around you. Yep. Can you go to the orgies at the rich guy's house even if you have a girlfriend at home, right?
Yeah.
Can you not call your mom on her birthday? Like all those little things
He was basically training him to be a selfish egomaniac.
But that's the theory of greatness that I've always hoped isn't true, but I don't have any great arguments. But there is a narcissism, and I need to be the GOAT. I need to be the best player. I need to be a famous comedian or director or writer or whatever. Well, I mean, there's an inherent selfishness.
Look at Donald Trump right now. How is that guy popular?
But again, because we excuse a lot of his things because he's a great man.
Right.
Which I don't agree with, but he's undeniably a majorly impactful character in history,
there's
right?
something about him
He's
that people
built
love.
Something enormous and gigantic, and we excuse all these fucking terrible things about him. And he has people outside of his compound like, we don't want you, we like this guy.
He doesn't give a fuck.
That's we in this culture so glorify greatness, but we don't have any concern with the cost of these things. And I think the movie does a great job.
Yeah.
And I think sports is a great vehicle of kind of exemplifying this, like, we love these people, but also we can't wait to tear them down and destroy them, right? There is a weird love and hate with great people.
I think the weakest part of this movie is it doesn't allow us in the shoes of the main character. It's hard to get a feel for how much he wants it or doesn't want it.
He seems very flat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's really flat.
Do you think that was Tyriq Withers' fault?
No.
Or the story's fault? Because he is the one... And I hate saying that actors don't do their job because I think actors' jobs are so reliant on so many other jobs. He does not get enough to do in this movie to me.
I went back because I have the unlimited pass and I had a little bit of time before we got to start recording this. And I was like, I'm going to dip in and just watch a little bit of it. And so upon second viewing, I only saw like the first half hour or whatever again. And there are things now, having seen the film, that was able to pick up on, and little nuances about how he might not be cut out to be the GOAT. Cam is the character's name. And it's, you're seeing him on draft day. Everybody else is kind of talking about what's best for him. Not draft day, the combine.
Yeah. I love that opening scene when he's like post-concussion. And he's in the room, and his agent's talking, his mom's talking, his brother's trying to give him a haircut and hits his staple. And he's like, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. And I thought that also captured that, like, crushing
He just wants
pressure.
them to be quiet, because they even have the blink or the chiming cell phone. He's getting text messages.
Dude, all those people, like,
it seems like, he's very influenced by everybody else's needs and
Right.
what are going around, which I'm sure is exactly what happens.
Because when
all
you're
these
that
days.
great, you become a commodity.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
a business, and people talk about you in
Right.
ways that are not human.
Right, their future is somewhat
Yes.
tied.
And you have
to
a responsibility.
Well, they
somehow.
say that too. It's like all on your back, and that's one of the lessons when he gets to camp, and Marlon Wayans is like, it's always on you. It's always on you, no matter
yeah,
what.
when you're the quarterback, it's all
And
the
so,
wins and all the losses.
Going back, I am kind of picking up on those things where his wide-eyed, just sort of, deer in the headlights affect is working for that story, because you can go back and see like, oh yeah, he's not the GOAT. We just don't know that's how he feels, and we probably don't know that because he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah.
And there's a line where he says something about how he wants to be a dad one day and have family, and Marlon Wayans is like, I care about, how they say in Texas, God, family, football. Yeah. He said, for me, it's football, family, God.
Yeah.
And so he's setting up the needs that you have in terms of priority if you really truly want to be the GOAT. I just don't.
Which, by the way, if you get the GOAT powers from an evil god, I think it's crazy God lets himself not be one. Like, it should be God one if you literally have a basement with fucking devils in it giving you football powers. It should be God.
Well, I think
football, and then
I think that
family?
was another problem for me is I couldn't get my arms around like what the movie was trying to tell us the threat was. And so the supernatural aspect I was fine with, but there was just so much. And again, I'd like to see the rest of it another time to see if it fills in a little bit more. But I think they just went too crazy in post and the edit, and they questioned, double guessed what it was, the story wise that they were telling. It just got too frenetic, and we weren't able to be in this character's shoes and let the mystery unfold with him. There were so many times where it was like, are we ahead of him? Are we behind him?
Right. Yeah.
Like, especially going into the end, it seemed like he knew things that we were never clued in on. And then I was kind of like, oh, he's got this figured out, but I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Right. Well, so I thought a little bit about this, right? Because there is this question of, like, you're watching Isaiah White and you're like, what did he sacrifice? Like, he has everything. But we're catching him at the end, right? He's reaping all the rewards.
He sacrificed his humanity.
We don't, exactly. And I think that's what the threat of the movie is, not whatever devils are in the basement. It's not the devil orgy with the rich white guys and the crazy Lady Gaga lady. The danger is, are you willing to give up everything that makes you a person to become a commodity, right? Like, instead of being a human being, you want to be Tom Brady. You want to be TB12 rather than Tom from San Francisco or whatever, right? And that's the threat. I think the problem is the first act is very truncated. And I never had a moment of sitting with his family, his brother, his girlfriend, his mom, where I felt that they mattered to him beyond the interview of like, well, my family meant a lot to me, but like, I didn't feel like he actually cared about his brother, girlfriend, or mom. And that's what he's risking. That's the human world he's risking. And through the movie, you're like, who wouldn't risk that? Like, that doesn't seem like better than being the GOAT.
Well, we never got a sense for what he actually wanted. And I get that that's part of it, is maybe why he was in that position, is he never knew himself. But we weren't able to go on that journey with him. Like, there wasn't ever that.
Because later they say that this was all a predetermined plan, right? Mm-hmm. Again, I think we have to have the stakes of, because I thought a lot of this movie in Rosemary's Baby terms too.
Yeah, it's a good comp right there.
And what Rosemary's losing in that is the husband she trusted, the future life they thought they were building, this ideal. Like, when you are expecting a child, you constantly go through this exercise of, what will this child be? What will their life look like? How will I help them, right? Like, how can I hurt them? You run through all these, and Rosemary's losing all of that to just become this mother of the devil, right? And I think for Cam, there's no sense of what he's losing. And that's hard, because he loses his dad in a cutaway that we don't even see at the start of the movie.
He loses his dad in war.
Right. But what I'm saying is, his dad's just gone by the time we see grown-up Cam, who's the best prospect of all time. We don't get a sense of, like, what he's leaving behind. He gets hit in the head with a hammer. He goes to the combine, and then he goes to Isaiah White's house, and now we're in this fucking Willy Wonka labyrinth that has no fucking reality anywhere in the movie.
I think the problem was, like, the art house slant was it just they just wanted to start off the movie being mysterious instead of like grounding us in a story that then they could build upon, and I also think that the writer probably thought the ending was going to be way more cathartic than it was, like revealing that he was raised by these evil, or like not raised but like helped from a young age.
Yeah, that the owner of that team who's
and
the
that
head
was just,
Satanist
it was
had
just
like met him as a kid.
It all happened so fast, and it just seemed
Yeah.
It seemed like it wasn't as epic.
We'll
as
get
it,
to the ending. I didn't find any catharsis in the end, but again, I do think this movie is kind of trying to capture that football aesthetic, right? So I think it is a little more flash, right, than it needs to be at times. Right. But I think that's kind of the culture of the movie. It's embracing.
The editing was crazy.
This kind of like broken ankles highlight reel culture, right? That my son is obsessed with. I think that's a lot of how this movie is filmed.
It's like the cut every 2 seconds.
Yeah, and again,
culture.
there's so much stuff in this house. And I think the biggest issue I had with the movie was when we enter that house, again, we just lost all connection to the human world, which I do think is on purpose, because I think what they're telling us is that these people don't live in a world we would recognize.
Well, and even how Isaiah White talks about like the people that are helping him, the people he hired, he's like, he doesn't even know their names.
Yeah, because they don't matter.
And he's like, should we?
He's the QB and they're free agents.
And his line, I think, was like, who are you talking about? And he's like, oh, I don't know. He's like, well, then does it fucking matter?
Yeah,
or
does
whatever?
it fucking matter? The guy got his fucking
yeah.
face caved in by
and I was
footballs.
like, ooh, damn, dude.
So that, I thought the movie was going to be this series of like football-related horror scenes.
Yeah.
I thought the Jugs machine was so effective.
See, I thought they could have just left the
Great
supernatural
fucking scene.
part out of it completely and just had this crazy football guy.
Him getting like attacked and headbutting the guy, and then them cheering over that guy who's like, he's doing the like, I'm knocked out spasms. I thought that was so effective. But then we start shooting guns. Yeah. Then he strangles a lady in a steam room, but we know that lady's not in there.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem. It's like, if he kills a lady in a sauna and strangles her, and then the next scene, Marlon Wayans throws her like he's Homelander.
Yeah.
I was like, and then there's two like weird, like ghostly white mimes who are like, and it's like, this can't be real.
There's all the surrealism, and it doesn't let you have any sense for what is real and what isn't, even in retrospect.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I don't mind being off balance here, but at a certain point, you have to allow me to go back, and maybe it's there, but if it is, it went way over my head.
Well, it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. If instead of doing the Grandpa Joe and Charlie's First Life, the whole movie's the boat ride. That the boat ride is important because it's a wild, out of nowhere scene. If the whole movie's the boat ride, there are no stakes. We don't care about Charlie Bucket's journey, right? And in this one, it's if nothing in this house is happening as they're showing it to me, because the football felt like could be real, right? And him running through the desert and throwing up and getting injections and all this kind of like sports science shit. I was like, all right, this feels real.
Yeah.
Once we deviate from that, there is no moment in this movie that feels to me like it really happened anymore. Like maybe they shot guns, but what does that matter? Maybe he went to a Satan orgy, but okay, he woke up the next, and it's like we're losing this touch with reality. And I think the final scene is just this declaration that no reality matters. We are watching this through like this kind of sports media lens, right? Where everything's a fabrication.
All right, so here's what I got. Are we on the final scene now? So
we can just go wherever we want.
So here's my metaphor. My metaphor for the final scene that I thought of in, like, so they give him all this power, right? And instead of being thankful and signing the paper and everything, he uses the power to kill them. So is that like a form of revolution? Like, what's the metaphor there?
I guess it's revolution.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, not really, because
or like fighting back against the white supremacists. I don't know.
No, because I feel like there's other stuff to talk about. We can do the ending.
But
now.
They gave him the power. He used the power.
The ending is, he's supposed to sign his soul away, and that will be the final deal where, he'll lose his humanity and be the next GOAT. He takes the sword because he's just killed Marlon Wayans in one-on-one combat, which is fucking crazy. With like a fucking glowing helmet, right? With
a glowing helmet, which is cool. The photography was awesome.
Right, so now he did the deal with the devil. He did the deed. The contract is what the Satanists think matter. He's already signed the deal. So he already has the power to be the GOAT.
He has the power.
So when Lady Gaga trips and cuts her throat, my son was like, why'd she trip?
Lady Gaga? You mean Julia?
Yeah.
whatever her name is. Yeah, the fucking Timu Lady Gaga from the movie, right?
Yeah.
She falls and stabs her throat. I was like,
Julia Fox.
That's showing us that the gods had turned, and he is favored by the dark gods, so he'll be...
Well, and the gods killed the one guy, right? Don't they, like, blow him up?
Yes, he'll be the man no matter what. Yeah, Tim Heidecker gets blown up. As he's killing all these Satanists, what it's saying is that... And I don't know if this is like a Kawhi Leonard, like, getting fake money thing, but he now has the power...
Yeah.
Because he's the star athlete and he's more powerful than the owners. And I'm like, that's not true in any sport ever.
Right.
Like, I don't
Unless
understand.
you're LeBron, maybe.
No, LeBron still fucking has to sign contracts and shit.
Well, there's definitely something
LeBron doesn't make as much money as the owners of the franchises.
Well, so Marlon Wayans tells him the story about how football started, or how the quarterback was born. And he tells this parable basically about how the Native American teams basically invented the forward pass and all this, and
because they were littler and the white people wanted a more brutal form.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And somewhere in that story, the wrap up is, something like now the Native Americans are mascots. He said, "Don't be a mascot."
When they're doing their hand-to-hand fucking shirtless combat, which is just weird. It's like, this is how you fucking settle who the GOAT is? Okay. Yeah. Also, it feels like Marlon Wayans should have done some combat training. Like, if you're the GOAT, he should have a jiu-jitsu room like Mark Zuckerberg, right? To be awesome at this. But he says, he's like, what's the opposite of a savior? And Isaiah White goes, a killer. And he goes, no, a mascot. And I went, is that the dumbest fucking line I've ever heard in a movie? And I was like, is this something that I just don't know because I'm not the demographic for that? Because to me, I took it as... It's because the mascots of the team were clearly kind of inspired by Native American imagery, right? And it's a team that has a Texas vibe, which kind of evoked that for me, I guess. And I was like, what they're saying is that the suffering of the people or the black quarterback made him more of a mascot and not a person. Like, I don't understand what that means.
They did tap into that a little bit where Isaiah White said, I had to be great just to be good.
Yes, and exactly right. And you've heard that a lot. That's a very, common story throughout the NFL is the struggles of the black quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. Where, like, they're athletic, right? And this and that. And the white quarterbacks like Joe Flacco, it's like, he understands the game. He's so a smart, calm, soothing presence, right? And it's like, so yeah, I get all that. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with the opposite of a savior is a mascot. And I was like, maybe it's someone's struggle being reduced to... like a cartoon caricature that we laugh at and think we understand.
Or even that the quarterback himself is not a person anymore. He's just
That's kind of what
symbol.
I took. Yeah, exactly. He has no real agency. Right. He's ultimately, even though he's the GOAT and he's a legend, he's a pawn in someone else's game.
But can we talk about there were a bunch of Jesus motifs in this movie. They literally had the Last Supper as one of them.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
They're drinking each other's blood, which is a Jesus thing. You drink his blood on Sunday. Or they inject it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean.
There was a lot of Christian imagery.
There was a lot of, and Savior was the name of the team.
Yeah.
So like, I think a lot of it is the symbol of the Christ symbol. You're not a real person anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think that's sorry, we had our own mascot walk in the middle of the fun. Producer Nick. Yeah. Again, I think. I can see all that, but it feels like we're really doing some stretches to try to make that line matter. Yeah. And it felt like that was a line the movie wanted me to be like, oh, fuck, I get it now. And it was a line that fell very flat for me. And then we just go to this end where it's like, there's cheerleaders who have like, fucking Jacob's Ladder faces. And there's jets flying over.
There's a lot going on.
He walks out of the mansion in the desert to like this fake little room. Like none of it.
I feel like
makes any sense.
I feel like all the ingredients are there, but just the meal just comes out bland, or not bland. I mean, it's very spicy, but it just like doesn't. It just doesn't gel. I don't know. I think a great example, you brought up the scene where they're out shooting, doing target practice stuff, and I don't know. Did I have this wrong? Because they bring out a new scarecrow, basically,
which is
and it's a mascot.
It's a mascot,
and it's got a person.
And I was
it's got a real
person inside. They shoot it and don't.
Exactly.
No, okay, so something got cut out because there's a part of the trailer where he goes up and pulls the mask off and it's him.
Oh, really?
They cut that out of the movie.
That's in the trailer?
That's in the trailer.
I saw that trailer 50 times.
I think this movie got chopped up.
I think it got chopped up a lot.
Yeah. And
why,
to the point where it's just incomprehensible.
I think they wanted to make it super art. They went super heart house,
Yeah.
And they just wanted it to be unsettling the entire time, from the beginning to the end.
Right, but again, it's less unsettling at the end where we go to this fictional satanic football end zone dance.
Right.
And I feel like none of it's happening. That's not
And
exciting or eventful. That kind of unravels the movie
right.
for me.
And how did he? At what point did he figure out this whole game and how this was being played? We never got. We never got the opportunity to learn that with him.
He didn't react to anything.
The main
really.
character is
Also-
way ahead of us.
Yeah, he didn't react.
Also, it's like we just watched him murder Marlon Wayans with a football helmet, and now he's fucking got decency. Now he's like, this is uncool. It's like you just beat a man to death with a football helmet in a room of all the jerseys of people who have been killed in Highlander combat, and now you're like, but I won't sign my name. And I'm going to kill you with a sword? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
So, do you think it is Jesus's blood then?
It might be.
Do you think it's like actually? So the quarterback.
So you think it's not devils, it's angels? Because he does look up to that portal in the sky. That's all like.
Well,
cheering
so
fans.
I did a little
That's
bit
the
of
course
I did
of
a little bit of redditing about this because I was trying to just figure out. I was trying to figure out what the hell this.
Sam went on 4chan and solved it for us. Yeah.
And so you know the god Mammon or whatever he is, the god of wealth and success, and he's represented with horns. Mm-hmm. And throughout the entire movie, all these mascots and creatures have horns. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people online are saying that it's Mammoth.
Yeah.
Or Mammon.
Interesting.
Mammon.
Yeah,
so it's
again,
not
that's
Jesus.
fine. The movie doesn't want to talk about it, so I just took it as
So it doesn't really matter.
Mascots of a nefarious organization, right?
But it definitely could be. I feel like they were pointing towards the Jesus thing a little bit.
That's the Jesus thing is cool. Like the religious symbolism is like the hammer that hits Cam in the head at the start of the movie.
Right.
It's not subtle. The problem is that at the end, I, as an audience, and I feel like I'm a sophisticated movie viewer. I pay attention. We're in the theater. I break these things down forever. I was a screenplay analyst.
You were like, what the hell?
I cannot tell you what the fuck that ending was supposed to leave me with.
So this
Because
movie...
he killed the guy, got the Satan powers, but then he just killed all the ownership, so new owners have to come by the team that aren't Satanists? Like, what the fuck does any of this mean? And it's not cathartic. It would be cathartic if him and Isaiah killed everyone together.
Right.
And joined
Right?
up,
Like,
yeah.
once you kill the guy, you are a fucking murderer who's willing to fuck... And I guess it's because this line doesn't mean anything to me. I won't be a mascot. Maybe he's the savior because he's killing them all. But he's still going to go back in the world and be like, hey, why does this number one prospect have a fucking broken arm and is getting drafted in the third round? Like, he's just going to go be a quarterback?
I know,
like,
yeah.
Or he's going to go back to his normal life and work at Subway.
Well,
and
the
they're
whole
like, hey, what
the
happened,
quarterback,
man?
the
Satan
whole
stuff.
like football aspect of it didn't make sense because if you want to get super nitpicky about it, why would you ever go to the quarterback who you're going to take his job to learn from? That just seems unrealistic as hell.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
That happens to Aaron Rodgers,
And
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, yeah.
After he knew he was getting fired, he trained him.
Well, no, they draft your replacement, and they're in the QB room together, and there's this competitive thing, right? And again, this is different than real football because to be the GOAT of the satanic organization, the Saviors, you have to kill the quarterback in ritual combat.
No, I realize why Marlon Wayans would do it, but like if you got a call from like Peyton Manning and like he's scared of losing his job and he wants you to come to his house, wouldn't your first thought be like, this guy's going to fucking kill me?
Well, no, like if Wes Anderson called me and said, hey, I'm going to put you through movie boot camp, I'd be like, cool. And if at the end me and Wes Anderson had to fight with our shirts off, and if I kill him, I get to be a famous movie director, I'm gripping his head
That's
off.
not a good analogy. It'd be like if...
That's a great analogy.
It'd be like if Paramount had
That
hired...
was a perfectly in the center of the frame analogy.
If Paramount hired Wes Anderson for a movie and they decided they didn't want him anymore, and they called you in to learn from him, there's no fucking way he'd train you. Because he just got fired.
Well, again,
He's not training him. He's putting him in the fire, and then he's trying to kill him at the end.
I understand why Marlon Wayans is doing it, but why would this character not see a red flag with this whole situation?
You mean Isaiah White?
No.
That is Marlon.
Cam.
Oh, why Cam?
Why would Cam not see a red flag?
Because he's a dumb kid.
Because he's a dumb kid.
But again, I think he sees red flags every scene of the movie.
But he doesn't act on any of them.
But he can't. How's he going to leave? He's in the middle of the fucking desert.
Well, don't ever go there to begin with.
He has no cell phone, right? They isolate him.
That was one of the main flaws with the movie. Is like I just would not have gone there. Like
because Sam, you're not him. You're not him, Sam.
No, they put him in a position where that was his only opportunity to get into the league. It makes a lot of sense.
Well,
why he's
that was
there.
another thing I said. I was like, just because a guy who's the generational, like if Andrew Luck had gotten hit in the head and had 8 stitches, he's still getting drafted number 1 overall. He's not falling to the 31st pick because he got hit in the head.
Well, you could go
hammer.
to a different team. I don't know. Yeah.
You're telling me the Browns wouldn't scoop this guy at 15? There's no way. If we're gonna get nitpicky,
I'm just saying,
that's
dude.
insane.
I
but
really,
the Dark Lord works in mysterious
I don't think
ways.
Cam was that good of a guy because he didn't act either when the dude started getting pelted in the face. I'm like, he's supposed to be a good guy, but he's just not.
He seems like he cares, but he keeps up the drill.
But he keeps
in
it
the
up.
next drill.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, I thought this wasn't full contact," and he's like, "What are you willing to sacrifice? Everything."
Well, and then he gets
and then
into
he
it.
fucking
He's like,
headbutts that guy and almost kills him.
You need to get your head in the game.
And then
all
the
this
next
shit.
thing, he's still just in an ice bath and a sauna, and he keeps hanging. But again, this is what you hear when you watch cult documentaries, right? It's like, I can't believe I got caught.
You just can't.
But
get
the
out.
first thing is like, oh, that's kind of crazy, but this guy believes, all right. And you accept one crazy thing. And then you hang out with your friend. They become more of your unit. You accept another crazy thing. Oh, all right. Well, maybe my mom is a bitch. I'll stop calling her.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I will give some of my money, to this guy to help out this time. And next thing you know, you're in a commune. You have no fucking money. You're wearing a robe with a bald head, and someone's fucking your wife.
But this happened in
that happens all the
This
time.
happened in 3 days, though.
But again,
Very
because
quick.
he is.
Did you guys ever play sports? I mean,
I played sports.
This is like very cultish culture.
Yes.
They say, when you, especially football, because it is so brutal, and you're, really putting yourself at physical risk.
Play through the pain, all
Yeah,
that shit.
and you have to get tunnel vision. And, I remember one line that the coaches would always say is, sell out. You have to sell out. Sell out your body. Sell out everything. You're giving
and you're
it
like,
all.
Coach, I'm 15. I want to live long enough to finger bang a chick.
So, and Cam's character grew up with that in his ear from his dad this whole time. So going over to this kind of like initiation style,
He just goes with it.
Frat.
That makes sense.
That's something he would be used to.
Yeah, and he's seen guys get concussions. He's seen guys had serious injuries if he's played high-level football. And again, he's training with the GOAT. It'd be like the number one player in college gets to spend a week with Michael Jordan. And he's like, man, this guy's kind of wild. But he's a fucking billionaire who redefined culture in the game. You're going to let him do wilder shit.
I don't know. Like when he starts beating people with the ball, like shooting the ball right into their face, I feel like that's the first sign where you're like, I don't know about this guy anymore.
That guy volunteered for it.
I don't know about that guy
either. Was fucking
either.
ecstatic when it was over that he did his fucking part.
Yeah.
Because people want to be near greatness. They want to siphon that off, right?
It just seemed very unrealistic. It's like the whole cult mentality. Like you're saying, they're praising this dude. He's otherworldly almost.
But it's like we're letting you into the exclusive extremes.
Yeah.
That the reason I'm the GOAT is because we go further than anybody else ever would.
But
if
I think
you're going to cry over this guy's face who raises his hand for it, you're not ready for the NFL. It's a lot of that, like, welcome to the league, kid. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you got it.
but like on a super extreme level.
And again, this is a horror movie.
It's like Training
an art house
Day.
thing. Yeah, it's exactly Training Day. What it is, this is a whole new league, and this is a wide-eyed kid. And his thing is, I disappointed my dad the last time we talked because I said I didn't want football, and then he died.
So now he has.
And he did that. He's like, I wanted to quit football. Like, I wasn't in it. And he's like, but I fucking failed my father. Maybe the dark gods killed his father, right? So that he would feel this emptiness. And his whole thing is, I just have to make my dad proud. And who cares if that fucking Wes Welker looking slot receiver gets his fucking face smashed in, right? Because I have to fucking do this for my dad and what's left of my family. See, I think that stuff is fine.
Yeah.
I think thematically and the pressure of just being great and the pressure of chasing dreams, that really hit home with me, right? I feel like we're in a state where we're trying to chase something bigger, and we're like, we hope we're good enough. Can we survive that fight? On a way less extreme say, we only wrestle with our shirts off recreationally. But, like that hit home with me. Anyone who's trying to be better than what they are now, that sunk with me. And you're like, what would I... And like I said, I would fucking battle Wes Anderson in Ritual Combat to do this for us.
Wes Anderson for sure.
I think the problem is that Jug's football scene to me felt very real. As you get more to the end of the movie, it's not real, and that fucking unravels the stakes of the movie for me a bit.
For me, the fatal flaw is we just can't access how Cam is processing this. Like going back to Training Day, we know that moment where Ethan Hawke's character flips against Denzel.
Can I
He stops being polite.
Can I offer a rebuttal to that and just see what you think? Does it not make sense a little bit that a football player, who, to your point, I think football is the most cultish of sports, where you really have to, like, the team is bigger than you. Like, it's designed that way. Yeah. And I think that's why we all love it so much. Does it not make sense that a football player like that is just used to getting coached and not having their own kind of brain processes yet?
It does.
Especially a young one?
No, it totally makes sense. It's just not cinematic.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Because you have to especially with this kind of story, go on this journey and put yourself in the shoes of the main character. If we don't know how those shoes fit at all, then we don't get that experience.
The point that none of us have chased greatness like that? Like we've never been on the doorstep?
That's fine, but it's going to be a less satisfying film.
Yeah.
I agree with that a little bit. I see that part didn't bother me. I think it's not that I can't access what Cam's going through. It's that I don't feel any connection to what he's giving up.
Well, there's that
right?
as well.
Like, it's not how he's processing in the moment. Because to me, it seems like you said he goes into like sports brain.
Yeah.
Where it's like, get through the exercise.
But see, you don't even know that, Griffey, because you're kind of just putting your own thoughts and feelings on it. The way Heath explained the beginning made a lot more sense to me that Cam doesn't really want this.
Sure, that's
so he's
fine,
not wanting to sacrifice stuff.
He sinks into athlete mode, which is don't quit.
He's just doing what he's told.
Be the last one on the field. Yeah, that made perfect sense.
And he has the responsibility of his family.
There was no scene where I was like, oh, Cam really likes his girlfriend. Oh, Cam's brother means a lot to him.
Right.
Oh, Cam and his mom have a sweet moment where they're all just part of this business apparatus, and that's the thing that's missing.
I was expecting the scene where it's like, here's something you care about, and here's what you need. This is the thing you need to sacrifice in order to get this. There was never that.
Like, here's an extreme bad screenwriting example. What if his mom was in the mascot suit?
Yeah.
And it's like, would you shoot this person
That's
to be
dramatic.
Great? That's something that I'm like, oh, that puts Cam in a sit. Because I was like, all right, some guy's got to get his face smashed in and whatever. I get to fuck all these hot chicks in the sauna room. I get to go to orgies. And then at the end, his life is great. And it's like all he lost were people that seemed to annoy the shit out of him for one fucking scene at the combine.
Well, he would have had to sign a deal with the devil, essentially, which I don't think is great.
When he signed it in blood when he smashed Isaiah's face open.
Yeah, but he didn't sign the actual paper.
By the end of the movie, it's Rosemary like, give me my baby, right? Like but Rosemary, we knew what she was losing. We knew everything that she was losing in that moment, right? And we can access that, even if I've never had a pregnancy myself or whatever. Right. It makes sense. In the end of the movie, it seems like Cam
kind of wins.
Got everything.
Yeah.
I feel like
maybe that's the lesson of the movie.
I don't have any sense for what he lost or gained.
Yeah.
Well, what he gained was fucking everything. He gets a baller ass fucking compound like that in the desert. He gets to fuck hot ladies all the time.
But I don't think he
gets to be
that,
famous
dude.
and on commercial. He does.
He killed the owner of the team.
Someone else will just buy it. But that's what I mean. The ending is fucking stupid because it cannot be true.
It can't be true.
And if it is true, then you have to be like, so wait, Mark Cuban's going to come in and buy the team and he's still going to be the number one player. Like, the ending of the movie is so
and there's going to be no questions about what happened.
And again, I think it's one of those art house catharsis that does not give me any catharsis because of its unreality. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, no NFL player triumphs over ownership, right?
That seemed like the whole movie to me, though. It was all just the art house.
See, I don't agree until he attacks that woman in the sauna and Marlon Wayans homelands her. But that's where it felt like we really lost
even the mascot hitting him on the head. Like, everything seemed surreal from the very beginning.
And again, it is because it's this hand of the occult.
Right.
It's kind of like when you're watching Hereditary and there's this uncanny nature to every scene of that movie. That I can forgive. It's that the start and the end are both missing crucial pieces that become our ship through the movie. So we're just kind of swimming in these fucking chaotic, stormy waters.
When we're trying to piece it together ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it does work better upon subsequent viewing, because once you know that it's the blood of this like godlike person, and that's how this whole supernatural reveal, it just is. It's not well revealed, and there's nothing that really sets. There are things that set it up, but they're too subtle, and so you're kind of like you're trying to figure out the mystery, right? That's the fun of these movies. You are going along this journey with this wide-eyed person who doesn't know if he's in a dangerous situation. Well, of course, we know the genre. It's a dangerous situation. So we're that far ahead. So we know there's a game to figure out here. And it never gives you quite enough to start to do that math. I mean,
well, it's also, we know he's never leaving. At one point he leaves, he's got his bag, and then the two ladies come in their thongs, and they're like, really? And he's like, all right, I'll fuck you real quick. And it's like, this guy's never leaving.
He's never leaving.
No one's ever leaving.
I do, now looking back at it, I kind of like that it's a Rosemary's Baby occult type thing. But I was, up until the very end, wondering, like, okay, is this some kind of science fiction-y type of super soldier serum that they have going on here? Is it, where's the horror element defining itself? And then it just kind of like Cam knows what's up the whole time.
Yeah, to me,
and we never got to find out.
The whole horror of the movie is this guy is giving up everything and going further and further and further to be the best. It's something he doesn't even love.
Yeah.
Right? And the fucking horrors in the film that he himself commits, right? He fucking injures that guy. He chokes that fan. He's doing worse and worse shit. He cheats on his girlfriend. He's debasing everything he claims he likes in that, really staged interview before the combine, right? That folksy interview that all these athletes do. And they would all make this deal. I bet every fucking quarterback coming out of college would do this week and kill all those fuckers.
Well, because there's nothing
get to be Patrick Mahomes. They all would do this.
Honestly, there's nothing in the contract, I think, that says you have to be a dick. You could just take the power and not kill anybody, right?
No,
I know that you have to kill the quarterback.
Well, you have to kill
before
Marlon Wayans, but after that, you don't have to kill everybody.
Well, you have to kill your opponents on the field. Like, you have to live up to GOAT status if you want to stay the GOAT, or else you're going to get killed.
Yeah.
But it seems like he wouldn't have to. But also, another flaw with the movie is, why is Marlon Wayans training so hard if he has this magic blood?
Well, that's part of it. You have to be fully committed at all times.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like and that's the thing. Marlon Wayans is wired. He wanted to be the best.
And
he
his
wants
contract
to be
was coming
the
up.
fucking best. Yeah.
So that's the...
Yeah.
But do you think he could go play for another team, or is he just done?
No. Because he has to get his fucking brains mashed in by whoever his eventual replacement
And no one's going to be like, where the hell did Marlon Wayans go?
That's what I said. I'm assuming that Satanists
imagine
can just
Peyton
make
Manning
a
just
fucking,
disappeared.
Because demons can take and manifest, right? Like, you ever saw Hercules? Hades is just turning those guys into chicks and kids and whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the same god.
That's a good one.
I'm assuming they could just have a Marlon Wayans walking around being on, like, CBS and shit.
So he just retires.
Yeah, he just does Tom Brady shit, right?
Yeah, he's in the booth.
Yeah. Oh, he's on an island just fucking, and they just have AI pictures of him with abs out on
The other question I had was, do you guys think they did, like, is this an homage to The Devil's Advocate a little bit with the poster? Because it's almost the same thing. It's Marlon Wayans grabbing his shoulders and rubbing him.
Oh, I never saw the poster.
I never thought, but again, Devil's Advocate is the
It's
exact
kind of a similar,
same journey.
Yeah.
It's this guy who's selling out his folksy small town lawyer shit, and his wife who's having
Charlize
a fucking
Theron,
full
right?
mental breakdown
No.
to be the best lawyer, to have that fucking big awesome office. And his wife's like, this is wrong. I can feels it. And he's like, fuck you. I got a case coming up. Right? And I got to fuck my red-haired sister. It's the exact same kind of story.
It's a similar movie.
It's a deal with the devil movie. The problem is that, again, in Devil's Advocate, we, the audience, feel the tremendous pain of what he's giving up and the pain he's putting Charlize Theron through.
And
in this movie, Cam just wins. Cam just gets everything he wants.
And his family's fine.
We feel the presence of the devil, of Satan, of the evil forces at work. We didn't know what the threat was.
So you know what I was thinking? I thought this movie was careening towards the end where it was all fake. And it was just a cult of this football team. And that they were just doing bad shit and that they just killed Jim Jefferies because they fucking can.
Yeah.
Because they're better and more powerful and they're billionaires. And then at the end, when we get to the fucking wild ass sword fighting Satanist things, again, you fucking kind of just throw this cheap layer of paint all over everything I've just watched. To me.
I agree.
Why do you think they killed Jim Jefferies?
Because he told him to run.
Okay.
He was kind of giving him hints throughout, like,
yeah, he seemed like he didn't really want to be there either.
Just go to Cleveland and go 3-10 every year and make your millions and be a normal fucking football. Don't fucking be the GOAT. Run.
You don't want to be. I guess the message of this movie is
he does try to take care of him throughout the movie at times. And he seems like he's moderately like
very interesting.
Because he even says like, Cam, you're a nice guy at one point, right? And I think he's like, dude, you're not cut out for this. You don't have that thing. And we watch Cam savagely become that thing.
He's the canary in the coal mine throughout the whole movie.
But so is Lady Gaga, because Lady Gaga comes up to him. And Lady Gaga.
It's Julia Fox.
Julia Fox comes up to him.
I don't even know who that is. You keep saying Julia
Fox. But they have this weird scene where
she's like, Gems.
She's like, I don't know if you're cut out for this. Are you sure you want to do this? If your heart's not in it, just go. So she was trying to tell him to go too.
I think that's also a part of these movies where
it's a reverse psychology.
You're telling them that, nagging them into athletes aren't going to quit. They're not going to give up on the challenge. That's not what they've been designed and trained to do by coaches through years of practice.
Okay, so you think that was reverse? Because I thought that was
once
weird.
again, like that happened all the time in football practice.
Okay.
Oh, what are you tired? You know.
Oh, you need a water. You're afraid
yeah.
of heat stroke. You need a pussy.
Why don't you just quit? Why don't you just quit? You know, give up on all your teammates here.
Yeah.
Just go home. Just quit. And actually, some kids did.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, good, we don't need you. Get out of here.
Yeah, fucking losers. You weren't going to help me in the trenches. Yeah, like that shit.
Sounds great.
Again, all the football metaphors work great. I think there was a disconnect with the opening, and there's a disconnect between I was supposed to know something in advance, I guess, between the Native American team that invented quarterbacks and forward passing and the mascots, and the opposite of a savior is a mascot. I was supposed to know something.
Something was in there,
That
right?
didn't click. And I don't know if it's because you're a rich and famous black man that white audiences think that it's okay for all black people. Like, I was trying really hard to be like, what is the thing the movie wanted me to know that just didn't click with me in the theater?
Right.
And maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll hear the interview and they'll fucking tell me what that means. And I'll be like, oh, fuck, I can't believe I missed that. But it was one of those lines where I was like, what did he just say? And then he bashes a brain in, and then the fucking, Casper Noe ending happens. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? And I just...
The editor did say that Gaspar Noé was a big inspiration.
See, I felt that a lot. Like, it felt like it had that climax energy at moments that I vibed with. Again, I don't think people who are like, it's a fumble, it's a 2 out of 5. That's fucking crazy to me. This movie has powerful moments. And I think if you're a person who is chasing something more than just that normal kind of 9 to 5 thing, I think there's a lot of moments in this that felt really biting to me, like that really fucking hit home. And again, we are not like these guys, right? But we are, we have jobs, and then you come home from your job and you do all this shit, and you're trying really, and you're like, am I taking too much time from my kids because I'm doing this other like, there are things in that really fucking hit me. And I thought Marlon Wayans was fucking great.
Yeah.
I liked the vibe of it. It looked great. Like, there was a lot of stuff that worked. It didn't have that like thread from start to finish that made it like a 4-star to me.
I'd be very interested to read the screenplay, because I just think this thing got chopped up in post to a point where it's borderline incoherent.
Yeah. And again, I do think for a movie about football players, I do think maybe that Casper Noé dial being turned up a hair too high doesn't quite achieve what they want.
Yeah.
Well, just think about all the bros that are going to go watch this movie and be like, what the fuck, dude?
It's a whiff. It's a whiff for that.
And also,
that demographic.
but again, I think the movie misses on a very key thing, which is I left the movie and I was like, yeah, I'd do that. Like, I think a lot of people are going to watch this movie and go, is that all I have to do?
And apparently he had a different ending where he does accept it, and that's going to be on the DVD release.
But by the way, he did fucking accept it. We saw him accept it in the movie. Cam did not walk away noble. He bashed a man's fucking brains in.
According to you.
And then the devil blows up his agent and trips Lady Gaga and makes her cut her fucking throat open. So he did accept it.
Well, yeah,
the Dark God is favoring him right now.
He's got the power, but like, doesn't he need to keep injecting the blood?
The reason that
no, because his blood is the goat blood.
The reason that this ending is so falls flat and is confusing and doesn't work is because we don't know how Cam feels about what happened. We never see him enjoying the opportunities that this lifestyle might provide, we never see him afraid of what is going on either.
I think he looks like he was enjoying the orgy very much. And I think they're telling us he enjoys killing all those old white guys at the end. He does seem
happy.
Very much.
He does seem happy at the end.
Because when he cut the old owner's head off, they did that callback to the where the field goal post rattled.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if that's like that's his vibrations are high or whatever.
Well, that was like the last time he was happy before all this happened.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's throwing the football.
And he was at his high school. He was with his friends.
And I think they're telling us that his aim is true.
Yeah.
And in this moment, he's doing exactly what he wants. He's fucking locked in on the mission.
Didn't he have a cool line or something, too, where he's like, don't lose your... I don't know what the line was, but...
You think he did an Arnold on him?
I think he
Freeze!
did. Wasn't that after he chopped the gates off? He's like, I don't think so. I don't know.
Maybe. But I feel like I was enjoying the end for the splatter. But then I left the theater and I was like, that wasn't my favorite.
Because you don't know what happens.
I know exactly what happens. He's the fucking number one... Or not number one, he's the 30th draft pick. He's the number one QB for the Saviors, and
or he's just
going to be the GOAT.
Or he's just a prisoner that's really good at football.
Right, but that's the thing. Fame and success are a prison, bro.
Yeah.
Fame
It's
and
another
fortune
type.
are a prison, bro.
All
But
right.
no, he accepts the deal. He's the fucking GOAT at the end of the movie. This is not he did a good thing at the end.
No.
Not at all. That's not how capitalism works.
Well,
That's not how football
To be
works.
fair, he didn't kill the one guy. Well, then the one guy got blown up by the god.
Yeah, he dragged his agent
Yeah.
into the middle of the fucking ritual pentagram and he got fucking blown up as jets fly over. They're telling us he's the GOAT of football
He's
now.
the goat.
And it wasn't cathartic though, because those characters were almost exclusively in the shadows. We saw them a little bit in the beginning, and then I guess they are the invisible hand throughout. But really, Marlon Wayans is the antagonist the entire time.
Well, I was like, dude, if you come to my house and hit me in the head with a hammer while I'm mowing my yard, and then in return I get to go to that bowling alley party and just fucking do Molly and bang hot women, I was like, that's a pretty sweet deal.
Right.
That's not bad. It sucks that Sam's head's cut off on that table over there, but not bad.
It seems like a
That's
him
pretty cool.
problem.
Yeah, that seems like Sam should have been him. Sam should have been one of him.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't have taken the job, so
See that you're not him.
I'm not him.
I think Heath and I could be him.
Yeah,
Heath and I will have to fight to the
I'm
death
feeling kinda
eventually.
him.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have
Yeah,
taken the
Heath
job.
came in with the full.
I wouldn't
Him
have been the
energy
Jim
today.
Jefferies character, though. That seems like a terrible job.
No, I feel like you'd be the lady who was spitting on the window at the start of the movie.
you mean him, Jefferies?
Him
Jefferies?
Oh, Sam, you walked into that one. All right.
I'm too lazy to be a good
I feel
fan.
like we've dissected the movie as much as our small brains can handle. Heath, what was the most messed up moment in
I'm trying
him?
to think of that. I'm just. I don't know if this is. If I went back, I'd probably have something else, but I'm gonna go with the crazy super fans that hid under the sauna bench and attacked him, and then Marlon he strangles her, and we think he strangled her to death out of. So I guess you know what. Now that we're talking about that scene, that might have given a little bit of a window to his bloodlust. So maybe he does really enjoy killing.
I think
white
Marlon Wayans
people.
has got him jacked up for
and
destruction.
maybe the blood makes you a killer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
makes you, turns you into
It doesn't
a
make
killer.
you a mascot.
Just being in the sauna by yourself and a crazy ass white lady crawling out under the bench trying to kill you
Yeah.
is fucking wild.
Also,
that would be
dude,
a weird way to
they,
end a
they
sauna.
never explained. Didn't she pick up one of those red hot rocks?
I think.
Well,
I was like,
'cause
they never explained how she did
She's
that.
a fucking fanatic, dude. She's about to get a fuck 72 Isaiah Whites in the afterlife. She doesn't give a shit.
All right.
It was
That was
it
a
pretty
wild
crazy
scene.
It was
And
wild.
then when her body's laying there dead, the two guys dressed in white in their underwear are like, and they crawl in, and Marlon Wayans is like, I'll clean it up. And I was like, he's just killing all these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That was a wild scene. Sam, what was the most messed up scene in him?
So the thing I thought was most messed up was when the dude repeatedly he took like 17 balls to the face.
Yeah.
He's laying on the
we
ground.
called that a Sam back in the day.
Yeah, great. He's laying on the ground, and then fucking Cam just like runs over to him. He's like, "Yo, you good, dude?" I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
So you're saying it's not the fact that a slot receiver said, I will take jug balls to the face, and he gets brutalized.
No, it's both those things.
You said it's that Cam went over and is like, what's up, bro? You all good?
No, I just thought that it's such a crazy reaction, and then he stands up and he's like, "Oh," and then he's good.
Yeah, and then his face is just fucked
Oh,
up.
he starts laughing. and
starts
Marlon Wayans
laughing.
goes,
Yeah,
what are
he's
you laughing at?"
obsessed. He's a
Like
crazy
that,
fan.
I think that was the most because that was before I realized it was supernatural,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This is real.
That
If
does
this
show
is real,
the
that'd
power,
be so fucked
the
up."
power of the goat's cult.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with the other football moment, and I think it's when Cam is dodging all the guys that are trying to kill him, and finally he's starting to get that, like, what Isaiah White's training him and what he's trying to get him to feel. And this guy's rushing at him, the guy that laid him out, and he's like, I thought this wasn't full contact, right? And that guy's coming back for another shot. And he, with head trauma, right? And they keep showing his skull cracking in, like, those sports science x-ray visions.
And it does look like football.
Yeah, he fucking headbutts the linebacker as he's coming in, right? And we see his skull crack a little more. Yeah, with, like, the football laces. And he's like, yeah! And the guy's got his arms up. And this guy's clearly, you know, knocked out,
like paralyzed.
having seizures, whatever. And Isaiah White's like walking over his corpse, and he's like, I'm fucking, because he's like, I'm sorry, man, I saw red, whatever. And he's like, I'm fucking proud of you. And then Isaiah White leads that chant, and they're all like, yeah. They're doing the
dancing over
Savior's
his
chant,
body.
dancing in a circle around this guy as he's
They cut to the wide and the
fucking
the dude's just
spasming. And again, I thought that was a really pointed, like, we all were really scared about CTE in football, and all these moms don't let their kids play now.
Yeah.
But as a society, we're just like, football rules, fuck these guys. And we just cheer.
Pretty much.
And even as they all take a knee once a game, as someone gets carted off, we're like, fuck it, football rules.
Yeah.
And I thought that moment was really powerful, and I really dug
Sacrifice,
I liked
man.
it.
What are you willing to sacrifice, Sam?
Everything.
Yeah, what would you sacrifice for the Colts to keep winning? What about your cat?
No. Hell no.
No?
Nah.
That's why you're not him,
I'd
dude.
sacrifice your dog.
My dog?
Ooh, hey.
Good.
What if we let my dog and your cat fight to the death for it to see who's the goat pet?
Ooh,
Broody is the fattest cat you've ever seen.
Do I get it trained? Oh, we took him to the vet this week, and the vet says he's not fat, he's just big. So fuck you,
That
man.
sounds like what fat people say.
He's just big boned.
Your cat looks like an obese Garfield.
How long do I have to train him before the fight?
A week?
Nah.
How long was this movie? A
No.
week? You've got 1 week to
I think it was only
inject
5
Broody.
days, weirdly.
We'll each inject our pets with our own blood.
There it is.
And then they'll fight to the death, and we'll see.
All right, fine.
And then either the Steelers or the Colts will become the goats. That's what we're going to do.
What if that's how it actually worked? Oh,
Well, yeah, that's why we've sucked for so many years. That's it for him. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Go see this movie in the theater. Support horror films when they support. That's what I say. Support horror films when they come out. That means the world to us. Support the Messed Up Movies podcast on our Patreon page. Tons of exclusive stuff. If you're watching Alien Earth, if you like Black Mirror, if you like Tales from the Crypt, if you like the Creep Tapes, we got tons of extra stuff over there. We work really hard to make that awesome for you. Go to Misfit Parade's YouTube. Also go to Indiegogo. Type in Mr. Cream Jean's hidey hole. You can still claim the perk where you get to join this podcast. You can talk about a new movie, an old movie, or do a film festival draft with the three of us and Sophia. You let us know. We'll make that happen because we appreciate your support so much. We'll see you next time.